It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there today. Now, before I get into this video, I want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody that's been wishing me birthday wishes and stuff like that. Y'all was a little bit early. Today is actually my birthday, March 20th. I'm doing a couple videos. I may only do this video depending on what type of time I have. Early in the day. I will be back later on at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm just gonna get on. I'm gonna play y'all new music. The song I just played at the top of this video is a new song as well that won't be making the project, but later on at 5 p.m. Eastern, I will be playing music from my forthcoming project that will be dropping this year. I'm gonna give y'all the first listen. Y'all can tell me, y'all thoughts about it and how y'all feel. I'm also gonna be shooting off the hip because I'm gonna be live, so y'all could be putting stuff in the chat and sending it my way, and I'll give my live reaction, which is something that I rarely do. So 5 o'clock, make sure that y'all are here. However that converts into your time zone, y'all make it happen, all right? And y'all can wish me all the birthday wishes that you want at that time, because I'll be here. I'll be locked in for an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I'm gonna get back to my fam, like I always tell y'all, okay? Now, in this particular video, we're gonna be getting into Drake and his alleged texts or DMs that have been leaked. Apparently somebody got on the hunt last night and hacked into this page called Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. And for those of y'all that may not be locked in with this person, this is one of the DJ that don't spin's online minions. Okay. Crazy thing is he's been allowed to function within this space with this name, Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. And it's really an Asian motherfucker behind the screen. You know what I'm saying? Not only is he an Asian motherfucker, but he's actually a marketing person that works in the industry behind the scenes doing branding and marketing for folks, but he gets online and he gets to actually purport himself to be a black person within black spaces, which I find to be despicable. And he gets to kind of conceal his identity and still make money. I think that's trash. However, this person's Instagram page was actually hacked, allegedly, we'll say. And within that were some DMs of him exchanging back and forth conversation with Drake. They've also exposed some of the conversation that he's had with the DJ that don't spin as well. I'm not really so much focused on the DJ that don't spin, although I did see that there was something about him showing the DJ something about a whistleblower. Like if you go to the government and report a crime or report like some sort of big conspiracy or something, that they'll pay you for your efforts and time if it reaches a certain amount, if it's in excess of like $1 million in sanctions or something like that. I found that to be very interesting because Drake's verbiage in his lawsuit made note of certain whistleblowers who gave information. So I would not be surprised if these two freaking frack niggas are up to something. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to focus so much on that because I really don't give a fuck about that nigga. But we're going to stick to what's going on between Grand Wiz and Drake, because these DMs date back to in the thick of the battle. Not Like Us coming out, Meet the Grams coming out. There's some DMs about Drake being on Sound 42 when I guess they were doing the OVO Sound radio. And I guess some young ladies got a little overzealous on the call-ins, and apparently there was a 14-year-old girl who said that her dude was 25, and I don't know if she was allegedly supposed to be connected with somebody within his camp or what. But people are circulating that online. It's not looking good. Oh boy. I'm gonna tell you, sir, you need to stop talking to these motherfuckers. You talking about all the unanswered texts you got now? You should have been had unanswered texts. You were supposed to have been one of the biggest mega fucking stars on the planet. You shouldn't be talking to none of these clowns. But since you are and you're running your motherfucking mouth, I guess it's coming back home to kick you in your ass. Let's get to it. All right, so here we've got a still shot, Champagne Poppy, and it says Drake pays to have the X accounts of those who make negative comments about him deactivated. This is the hacker resharing this stuff on the story and adding additional context to what it is that some of the things that we're seeing. As you can see, July 5th, there's a screenshot of Kendrick Lamar's YouTube page. And remember, this is after Not Like Us came out. And I think there was a screenshot that they had before Not Like Us actually came out, to where they were having some sort of exchange about what was to come. But as you can see, he's informing Drake. It says they dropped it. Drake comes back and says, yeah, I watched it. Homeboy says, headshot for everyone who came out to the video. Okay. Up top, it says they desperate to control the narrative. Comments was cooking them for milking it. Is getting played out. So apparently they're talking about this whole Not Like Us movement that came, the pop out and all that stuff. So Drake is confiding in this clown ass motherfucker. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and press play because this is a screenshot. I'm gonna try to catch as much as I can. I slowed it down. So we're gonna just kind of slow walk through this thing and see what we have. So as you can see, he's moving the messages to show you that it's like real. This is the XXL screenshots. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us music video coming soon. Still up here. So, okay, so this was the screenshots before the video actually dropped. Up here, what does that say? It says, yeah, gotta be on their end. Something else is here. Once they scroll up, oh shit. Y'all went a little too fast. Y'all taking me too fast, homie. So what is this? I can't even see that motherfucker. So these are some texts. I can't see the text right now. But Drake says, so someone really leaked it, or someone from their end. Let me enlarge this in my own system so I can try to get what they're saying in this little text box. Shit, boy, that shit blurry as fuck. I ain't gonna get that. One of these little detectives out here get it though. What else y'all got in here? So more screenshots. They say whoever leaked it gone now. And then they're about to get into this Twitter page that was knocked down. And I guess that this is their proof or their context to say that Drake is out here knocking niggas' Twitter pages down for speaking down on him. Okay, LOL. I do remember that LOL person being online during the battle time. They were going viral pretty frequently. So then you got some more text here. Says coming soon. Hold on. So as you can see, he sends a screenshot of Kendrick and Whitney, which ended up being in the Not Like Us music video. He's still playing with the messages to show folks that this stuff is legit. Oh, fuck. But as you can see here, the screenshot of Whitney and Kendrick with the kids, and Drake laughs and said, that's today? This was July 4th when the video actually dropped. They say coming soon, or the video is about to drop rather. It says coming soon, guys milking it. Okay, so clearly they're having a conversation about how Kendrick is out here really just milking this out and doing the most. It's funny how you're milking it and doing the most when this was the type of shit that you did when you won rap beef with Meek Mill, the only rap beef that you've won. What else we got in here? So here, he gives Drake his number. Perfect. They got it all. Sam Sneak got fucking washed. Nah, I just deeped. Something about Metro Future and Metro Boomin coming to Toronto. He says to Drake, they got to kiss the ring. What's this? They gave Rick Ross a champagne moment he'll never forget. So they're clowning about Rick Ross getting, touched out there in Canada, which we saw Drake come online sipping his wine cooler, laughing about that. So no surprise there. He then clicks on Drake's page, let y'all know that this is a real conversation happening between these people and not some old fugazi stuff. Because a lot of people do. A lot of people do put out fake text, fake DMs and stuff, and there's ways to make it look like super legit these days. So he's just trying to show the text thread that is legit. Now here is where we get into, remember that weird ass game streamer chick that Drake had got all that equipment for, and she ended up getting on those apps and asking teenage girls to show their titties and stuff like that. Really weird, strange behavior. So he sends Drake a screenshot saying Drake got caught being weird again. Okay, Drake replies. He says, "This shit not gonna work. The bitch weird, not me." So he's trying to absolve himself of the situation. Even though he supported her, even though he knew what she was doing, he still upgraded her equipment. When it started to circulate, he's now saying, "Hey, it's not gonna work," which it honestly didn't, but it was just another indication of him surrounding himself with strange people, nasty motherfuckers, weirdo motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see here, this person captions it. It says, "In a little while, I will share all the deals with Drake and all the conversations where he talked behind the backs of celebrities and insulted them. Follow the story." Now, I don't know how much this person even was able to leak out. Seems that the account has been recovered, but he was on a roll for a little minute yesterday, just dropping it like it's hot. Roman numeral 7 on the end, not the 6. Yeesh. So this was back in August when shit was populating out there. What else y'all got here? Whoa. Hold on. So this is y'all saw that stupid ass shirt up there. What is this? Whoa. I ain't even see this part. He says to Drake, "Top was pissed when this got posted. He hit Whack and Whack got the DJ that don't spin to take it down. And they striked all the pages that was posting that." Web Sheriff. Now I see what's afoot here. So then they go, this is May 10th. Whitney Alford was born on May 12, 1986. He's given Drake Whitney, as in Kendrick's fiance or common law wife, information about her birthday, and attended Centennial High School. Says Sunday happens to be Mother's Day and Whitney's birthday. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish by giving him that information. But this is in the midst of the beef and all this stuff. So May 10th, what came out around May 10th? So I checked the dates. Nothing came out May 10th. However, the weekend of May 5th is when everything went fucking haywire. You know what I'm saying? Or that entire week leading up to it. Because you had the week prior, Kendrick had dropped Euphoria. Drake had came and dropped, Kendrick then dropped 616 in LA. Leading into the weekend, Drake drops Family Matters. Kendrick then drops Meet the Grams. Later in the day, he drops Not Like Us. And then on the 5th, Drake came and dropped the hard part, Miss, right? So by May 10th, Not Like Us is bubbling. Niggas have already said that Drake was in a coffin. I had to go back and refresh the dates because I don't keep the dates logged in my head. So by this time, everybody felt like Drake was buried, right? So on the 10th, Homeboy is trying to send him information about Whitney's birthday, which also happened to fall on Mother's Day. So I don't know if he was gonna try to drop a diss track on Mother's Day to try to get some get back, or if Homeboy was trying to feed him an idea to like drop one on Mother's Day, a birthday present. But as we saw, Drake didn't do that, right? What else we got in here? Because damn, that shit was about to scroll right the fuck past my ass. So here is this whole Ebony Prince, the dude that was coming out with the laptop and the fucking the stupid ass shirt, the prescription pills and all that bullshit that was in the luggage, right? So Homeboy informs Drake, someone just posted your dad's stolen luggage, which ultimately ended up being in the 616 in LA and Meet the Grams artwork. They say the footage is recorded from a rooftop in Brooklyn near where Kendrick live at. So they were basically trying to tell Drake, you know, this happened near the penthouse that Kendrick has, which people speculate that's how they even came into contact, Kendrick and the Ebony Prince guy. Some people actually believe that Kendrick was the Ebony Prince guy, but let me go ahead and just tell y'all, for the people that thought that, it was mostly OV hoes that said that. How much time in a day do you think that nigga Kendrick had? Because Ebony Prince, when he was really on his shit, he was online all day, every day during that time period, saying more riddles than a goddamn elementary school curriculum, pre-K curriculum. Okay, Kendrick wasn't doing that shit. And why would Kendrick give himself the information? Huh? Anyway, so Drake comes in and says, still no idea what that is. Now what and I won't say just me, because a lot of people have seen this, is I thought you was the war general. I thought you was the one that fed him the information and set him up for the excavation and all those other Asian words that you put in your fucking rap. You know what I'm saying? I guess now, in real life, you ain't have no association. But you got called out for cultural appropriation. Let me stop. But here we have an admission from allegedly Drake saying, I still have no idea what the fuck that shit is. I don't know about that ugly ass shirt. I don't know about that prescription. I don't know about none of that shit or how it got out or where it came from, lying ending. But you supposed to lie to this motherfucker, because who is he? But nonetheless, the fact that you say you don't know what it is debunks your theory that you fed the information and that all of this was a grand scheme to make him look stupid. So much for the war general. This is where Homeboy is trying to tell him that the Ebony Prince guy is Kendrick Lamar, because they try to do this workaround loophole thing on Twitter, where if you put somebody's name in on Twitter in the search bar, they feel like if the person has any other associated accounts, then it'll come up as well. So they were basically trying to say it was Kendrick behind both of them. Wow. He's trying to show him exact proof of such, giving him a screenshot detailing what's going on. So he's basically saying the Ebony Prince nigga was Kendrick the whole time. It's posted from a balcony near his building, the OVO Ozempic Shrine. Man's moving like it's voodoo, is what he said to Drake. And as you can see, most of this Drake don't even respond to. He's taking it in. He's seeing it for what it is. He's giving little emoji reactions, but he's not really saying much at this time. Homeboy is just trying to feed him whatever he can to do some reporting. But he ain't even, Homeboy, Drake ain't even thanking his ass. At this point, maybe he determined I've said too much. But shit, but you said enough. What else they got in this motherfucker? What was that? This shit is insane. So June 18th says tune in Tap into Act Stream. The guy who bought it, not like us. Whistleblowing. Very, very interesting that we keep seeing this whistleblower thing, right? Drake says, that shit is insane. I just landed. Homeboy says, I wonder how they'll report on this, if they even do. So at this point, DJ The Don't Spin was interviewing Homeboy, who claimed that he bought it, not like us. They felt like this was a treasure mine. Like, oh yeah, they're gonna get it now. Right? Drake is believing it. That shit is insane. Yeah, he's really out here botting his music to go against me? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, Crody. Homeboy says, I wonder how they're going to report on it. Drake says they have to, bro. It's insane. It's a gold medal on steroids. So he's equivocating this to Kendrick juicing. Right? He's saying he owns some goddamn Maurice Green. You know what I'm saying? All the motherfuckers that got caught juicing. Lance Armstrong, Barry Bonds. He said this motherfucker won the championship off the juice. Nah, nigga. He packed your ass out. And the people chose. But, of course, he's coping. In real time, June 18th. What did say? This guy says the irony, it gets exposed on his birthday. So they was really feeling themselves. Drake says Karma is a baddie. If Karma's a baddie, she definitely twerking for you, sir. Okay. At this point, they start trying to call Kendrick slurs. Okay. Karma's a baddie. Homeboy says Bati Ting. Drake says it probably gets crazy, Bati boys. Now, if y'all know Caribbean slang, boys, I don't even know if I should be saying that shit on YouTube, to be real, because it's a homophobic slur. So they call him a bot. It's the new hashtag. He then goes back to Drake's page to reinforce that this is legit. What the hell? What was that? So we get the gist of this. They going all up in the DMs. They was having a whole conversation about Kendrick and everything. It doesn't seem very smart to me that you should be talking to this clown ass, fake ass, I want to be black ass dude. I want to be a marketing person in the music industry and in the content creation game. But behind the scenes, you get to fucking race bait. Weird ass motherfucker. Here they get into Patrick Mahomes' brother, who also happens to be gay, or I believe to be, or I don't know much about Jackson. People believe he's gay. I don't know, but that's what they say. And they basically saying that he pressed Drake. Okay, he says, I won't cap. Jackson Mahomes pressed me like he was NBA Ben 10 about my Patrick Mahomes bar. I never been pressed by a 6'5" gay nigga like that. I just didn't really have that reaction in my Rolodex. My life never prepared me for that. Homeboy says LMAO, he's a different breed. Then they go on to, he sends a video, I guess, making fun of Homeboy after all this takes place. So, oh man, what do you say about can't let the ego die? Are you crazy? They can't let the ego die. Nigga, that's you. Oh man, it's crazy how just a few little he's so gay, he's so gangster about being gay is crazy. Now y'all know some of the biggest thugs out this bitch. Like a little sprinkle in they tinkle, okay? Don't play. We've heard, we've seen, it's nothing new. And there's okay, and at this point, Drake has now blocked the page. So I guess as all of these DMs were being disseminated via the story, Drake catches wind of it blocks him, right? So then he jumps in and says, haha, blocked me. Damn. Sorry, Drake, I need money. Oh, he came and tried to extort this nigga? He says, sorry, Drake, I need money. I recorded 15 to 20 more videos. I have to post all of them on gossip pages and my story. Haha, blocked me. Oh, wow. You wanted that little extra clout. You got it. Now, and this is where the OVO sound thing goes. Says, we lit tonight. Somebody jumps in. Homeboy says, these shorties so long-winded. Drake says, man, what? Sound 42. He says, yeah, I know. Them hoes drunk as fuck trying to be podcast poetic. Okay. So he's letting more stuff fly. Apparently this is before all the blocking took place. Homeboy says, LMAO, I'm saying, I was just thinking to myself, like, who even really trying to deep what they saying? Now, this whole deep, I don't know what the fuck that shit means. Maybe that's some Toronto slang. Maybe that's some shit that I don't engage with. So I wouldn't know. They have their own thing. Drake says, we edited out so much. The one girl was like, I was 14 and my man was 25. I was like, what? LOL. I don't think that's anything to laugh about. Definitely not something I would tell somebody else, especially with all the different allegations around you, your crew, and people that like to be around you. I wouldn't have told a soul. If it's edited out, it was edited out for a reason. But whatever. That's on you. Homeboy says, nah. Drake says, I got to get out of Miami. I bet you do. So that's what's been leaked out about Drake and his DMs. Last thing I'm going to get into before I go is people have been circulating resurfaced information from Drake's lawsuit where he was requesting financial information about Kendrick Lamar's contract and things of that nature. I didn't think that this is something that would resurface because it was written in plain English when we went through the lawsuit. I thought everybody that read the lawsuit when it came out saw that part. But if y'all can remember, Drake requested documents to be produced. And within those documents produced, he says, I want to see all contracts and agreements between you, as in UMG, and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, his agents, or anyone working on his behalf, including all contracts and agreements reflecting your right to approve, reject, refuse to publish, edit, amend, alter, or veto the publication of Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's musical works, music videos, or other content. So they want to see all agreements between the label and Kendrick. They want to see his agents, which fall into PG Lang, Dave Free, and those Anthony Sally, all those people that work on his behalf. They want to see the contracts and agreements reflecting UMG's right to, distribute Kendrick's music. They want to see the contract stipulations where they could possibly demand Kendrick to edit his music or change it. Because, of course, that was his request. He wanted them to make him take the song down or change the song. And so in UMG's latest paperwork that they filed, they told the judge they feel like this is an invasion of privacy and classified information. Okay, so they say a stay is warranted here because Drake has requested broad discovery going to all of his claims and allegations. See example A. These requests impose undue burden on UMG, particularly as discovery is likely to be rendered moot upon resolution of the motion to dismiss. Drake's first set of discovery requests consists of 18 items that will require costly collection and review of large swaths of hard copy and electronic data sets, contracts and agreements and communications. This is why people tell you if you try to audit the label, it's going to cost thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars possibly. But if you do it, you could find money that you've been missing. In this case, Drake wants to find all the money that's being exchanged between Kendrick and UMG. Clearly, he wants to see if they're giving him more money than they giving him on the low-ski without announcing it to the press like Drake did. They want to see the communications. They want to see the contracts, agreements. Drake's requests also seek production of confidential, proprietary, and highly commercially sensitive documents, including all contracts between UMG and Kendrick Lamar. Documents showing the executive compensation structure and annual incentive plans for Interscope Chief Executive Officer John Janik for the past 5 years. They even want to see the CEO of Interscope's contract and bonuses that he would possibly achieve if they reach certain targets, right? Which is something that was also said in Drake's lawsuit, because he claims that they purposely put together this beef or this battle in favor of Kendrick Lamar so that they could boost up the revenue for Interscope, therefore giving John Janik super crazy super crazy bonuses. And it will also help him in his bid to take over as the CEO of Universal, because Lucien Grange is planning to eventually step down, right? This is all in the paperwork. They say Drake appears poised to pursue further expansive discovery as he has already served 4 third-party subpoenas. A stay should be granted because it will likely avoid the need for costly and time-consuming discovery. Okay? So they're saying we don't think that he should be allowed to do this, right? This stuff has nothing to do with him. This is all confidential information, business information that doesn't really concern him. Therefore, why are we, possibly going to be enforced for this to give him this information? Not only did he want this, though, he wants to see the contracts of all UMG artists. That's another piece that was in his thing that's not circulating so much. Which, yeah, it's nefarious enough to want to see Kendrick shit, but we talked about that. He wants to see all of the successful UMG artists and see what type of benefits and incentives and what their deal structure is and what their marketing plans look like. All he's trying to do is collect information. He wants to show where, if there's any sort of, if there's any backdoor deals that he's not privy to, yeah, he wants that, but it sounds to me like he's trying to figure out his exit strategy and take the playbook with him. Nah, nigga. Fuck out of here. But again, this is old information. It just happened to resurface in the last couple of days. I figured I would add it to this video and talk about it briefly. Again, y'all were here when I read the lawsuit and we stopped and talked about that. But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace. I'll be back a little bit later for the birthday stream. You know what I'm saying? Show your boy some love, man. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross I'm out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.